All right, everybody, I'm back. Yesterday we got the oil pump in, oil pump drive, chain brake, chain tensioner. Today we are going to do the clutch, the sprocket and everything, and then I'll probably move over to the flywheel and coil. We'll see how this goes here in a second. Okay. That appears to be correct. Alright, I'm still trying to decide what chain to run on this. I'm inclined to go with 404, but I don't know. I could go with the 3/8 and then have the same pitch chain as every other one of my saws. But yeah, all my other saws are 3/8 50 or 3/8 63. Swap out to the big boy. Oh my goodness. That is bigger than a 19 millimeter. Alright, we're just going to tap it a couple times. We're not doing this hard. Alright. In that case, we'll do the old string trick. You take a pull cord, make sure it's clean. Make sure your exhaust port is closed before you do this, because if your exhaust port is closed, your transfers are closed. If your transfers and your exhaust port are closed, you're not going to get your pull cord stuck in the transfers or the exhaust and possibly damage your cylinder wall or the shape of the port. Alright, we're going to ease into this. Alright, right there. Couple light taps. I didn't go crazy with it. Alright, so that's tight right there. Not crazy tight, but we're just getting it snugged up. Sorry, I got a little bit of allergies going on right now. I don't like to put too much grease on the clutch bearing, but I like a good amount so that it's not dry. What I'm really doing is I'm filling in the kind of the valleys in the center, because I don't want to have to tear into this anytime soon. The first one of these I ever built, the kit saws, was actually a 460 clone, and I increased the compression on that thing so far. I was cutting with it one day, and the thing, it was snappy. I mean, it was a very good, very extreme amount of power output. All of a sudden I couldn't get my chain to quit running at idle or anything. I'd lower the idle, I did everything I could think of. Come to find out, I'd busted a couple of the springs on the clutch because, like I said, it was that snappy. It was stupid high compression. I don't remember exactly where my exhaust port was opening, but let's say it was in like the 99 or 100 range, not even. I think it was 98, a little closer to that. All right, put that on there real quick. There we go. 4047. All right. All right. I think I like that right there. That full pad right there. We're going to throw that on real quick, and then I'm going to install the muffler, and I think I'm going to show you. There might, not right now, but I think there are going to be some modifications made to the muffler. Give me just a second to get that on there. All right, I think I like that. And then I had my ProLine set right here that did not in fact come with one of those. But the only thing it has left in there now is a gasket for a cylinder right there. Got the ProLine gasket right there. And here in a second, I will show you what I think is going to get some modifications. All right. So right here, that's the outlet. The exhaust has to come out of here, into here, up and around, and out. I think later there are going to be some mild modifications made to this muffler. I've got at least a couple right now. But I'll probably do that here later. I might do it off camera. All right, let me get some screws in here and we'll start putting the muffler on. That may not be right. All right, well, I found out this one actually takes studs. So I got the studs in there and we're gonna keep putting this thing together. I'm gonna set this about 14. All right. Now, so now we've got the clutch side fully assembled and we have the muffler fully assembled. Now I can turn it and we'll start working on a flywheel and an ignition module. Now, you saw in the first video, I like to put a little bit of grease on the inside of the seal. So now I'm just cleaning that taper off. Alright, I found the rest of the goodies. So we got a washer right here. It's going to go down there. And then we've got an M10 nut. Also, while I was looking for all that, I looked up the torque specs, and we are looking at a nice 45 Newton meters. All right. All right, there we go. Now I'll get the coil and everything and we'll start installing that. So I think tomorrow we are going to do the the handle, the tank handle, and we might even get close to getting done tomorrow. I don't see a whole lot else outside of that. All right, got the coil ready, and I got the hardware located. That took me just a couple seconds. All right. Now the way I'm doing that winds up looking like that right there. All right, so we've already got the black kill wire right there. And we're gonna form this. I might even try doing it like this. Run that in there. There we go. And then once it actually gets to there, I can't, the gap is way too narrow to get that in there. And I've installed plenty of these with and without this jacket on there. It's normally to keep your kill switch wires butted up against your plug wire. I'll probably take that off. I kind of hate to, but I'll probably have to. But that's where we are at now. We've now got a muffler, a flywheel, a coil, sprocket, clutch, chain brake. I think in the next video we're going to be installing the intake boot, impulse line, and tank handle. And then we can kind of go from there. We'll talk to you later. See you tomorrow. Take it easy. Bye.